place in the middle of the bigger story, which is David is now an older king, and you know the crazy stuff the Lord has done to put him on the throne and keep him on the throne. At this point, you know, the slaying of Goliath, the uniting of the tribes of Judah and the tribes of Israel, and we could go on and on. But now he's older. His enemies are subdued. His kingdom is stable. And for the first time probably in his life, he can... at that point, he gets this idea, well, let's do a census. And you do a census for only two reasons back then, probably now. Taxes and army. How big is my army? And how much money can I extract? In David's case, it was about the army. He wanted to know how many fighting men he had, and the prophet warned him. The Lord said, don't do that. He's got you. Has he let you down yet? Don't do it. And David says, okay, and then he does it. And in doing it, when he finishes, he finds an army of incomparable size. And instead of course, rejoicing at how powerful he was, it hit him. The Lord said, don't do that. And I did it. And as a response, the prophet comes to him and says, you got trouble in River City. Yeah, you offended the Lord, and offers him 3 punishments. And David's answer is so powerful, because the 2 of those punishments would be done by humans, one of them by God. He goes, the one by God. Why? And he says right in there, maybe he'll be merciful. Humans won't. And so as the punishment begins, it's the Lord who stops it. Just stop. It's a remarkable thing how well David knew the Lord. It is a remarkable thing. And it's such an important thing for us to remember who struggle in our trusting in the Lord. That this guy, the only guy in the whole Bible of whom God looked at and said, that's a man who chases my heart. That's what God said of David. That's a man who chases after my heart. And it wasn't because he was perfect. He was awful at times. But in the end, it's because he knew his Lord. And when he sinned big, he repented big. St. Augustine talks about this extensively. So if you find yourself discouraged, I don't trust God enough. No, you don't. Neither do I. But we want to be careful that we don't call a feeling trust or not trusting. Here's the key. Do we act in our life as if God has it under control? If not, pray for the grace to keep fighting for that. Refuse to give up. Strive to know the Lord, because the more we know him, the more we will trust him. Amen? Amen. Okay. Let's rise now and offer our prayers to the Lord.